to take all smarm out of this, all the Chapman smarm out of the situation, and say that this is a good thing. This is a good move. Scott Harris didn't call up Colt Keith last year at the end of the season, and we saw him struggle to begin 2024. Looking to avoid that with Jace Jung. If you're going to punt on third base, you have to call up Jung before the end of the season. You have to give him a chance to get his feet wet, give him a chance to play a little bit of third and see, give him a chance to see major league pitching, and give him an opportunity to be a better piece in 2025. This is a good move for Scott Harris.
I think it's a great move for Scott Harris, and it was one that we kind of anticipated, and almost it was just a matter of when is it going to happen? Was it going to happen last week? Is it happen? Obviously, it's happening now. In a week from now, I'm glad it's happening earlier rather than later, so he can get as many at-bats, as many opportunities at third base. He's a trained second baseman that they've moved to third, has had some issues. That's where his weak spot is. Can we see him make the transition from batter at the AAA level, third baseman at the AAA level, and continue to improve in both areas, but especially in the field at the major league level?
Yeah, I mean, the idea was if you weren't going to sign a third baseman in the offseason, that Jace Jung had to be close to the major league level, that you would see him at some point this year, and we will. We'll see him tonight. And Colt Keith last year actually hit better than him and didn't get the call-up. So I wonder if something philosophically is changing, but I'm here for it. Because Colt Keith might not have had that rough May if he had 100 at-bats to close last season at the major league level. And the hope here, and this is all hope, these are prospects at the end of the day, the hope here is you give Jace Jung a chance to be a better player in 2025 because he's on the team starting right now. And he has a lot of work still to do. At third base, 16 errors in 65 games. I don't know if third base is going to be his permanent home, but I want to see him field the ball at the major league level because it means he gets to see major league pitching at the same time.
Well, that's it, is you've got to be able to see major league pitching, and it's early enough to where if he does come up, and we've heard this from AJ, we've seen it with a number of players. We've seen it play out with Colt Keith, where, yes, you can come up, maybe you struggle, maybe you find your way, and then pitchers adjust, and you have to be able to adjust to the new pitching. I think there is enough time for that process, even though it's abbreviated this year, to happen so that Jace Jung can get into the offseason, know a little bit more at the major league level. Where are his strengths? How can I make those better? Where are his weaknesses? How can I address those so that when he hits spring training, when he hits opening day next year, he's a better player in a better place than he is now?
If he is incredible, and I'm not predicting that, but if he was just going deep all the time, you'd feel really good about third base going into next season. If he struggles mightily, it opens up the question of do you need to at least have another option there on the 2025 roster, and they can both play. You'll learn things is the point. That's why you call him up right now, is you'll learn some things about him. What's the corresponding move? It's not just him. Sweeney comes up as well at shortstop. Couple guys who can play on the left side of the infield. Figure out if either of them are going to be key pieces on next year's roster. Who gets sent down?
That's a terrific question, because you're in a position now where some of the guys you're going to just have to simply DFA versus sending down to the minor leagues. Now, I don't know how it works for Akil Baddoo. He seems to be odd man out. I don't know that he is a part of the core moving forward.
No, but he's an outfielder, and you're bringing two infielders. So someone from the infield's got to go.
Give me your options.
Okay, I mean, one would be, I hate to say it, fire up chips, Zach McKinstry.
Okay, it seems the most logical. Yeah. But again, lefty
that's
bat
where
on
you
the
have
infield.
to
DFA.
Yeah. Gio Urshela would be another name if you're just like, hey, you know what? We've got someone to play third base now in Jace Jung. You're on a one-year deal.
Again, it's a DFA.
Yes, that would be a decision. Bly Madris would not be a DFA. And you could say, hey, Gio's going to play more first. Ibanez will play more first. We've got Jace to play third the rest of the season.
I think that's your answer.
Do you think it's Bly?
I think so.